All right, so we are live. I am super excited because we're going to be talking about how you can increase your traffic, grow your sales, and get customer insights into all that fun stuff. I'm going to be joined by John Aspinall from PickFu here shortly, but I just wanted to say this is the final day of the Convert More Click Summit. When I say final day, it's an asterisk there. It's not totally the final day, but we have put in all of the sessions now for the Convert More Click Summit. This is our last live stream for the Convert More Click Summit. So I just want to know, how is it going? For those of you who are at the Convert More Click Summit, let me know how the Convert More Click Summit is going for you. What have been your biggest ahas, things like that. And like always, I do reward participation for those who are here live. So if you'd like to be rewarded for participation, let us know in the comments. How is it going for you? And if you're like, I don't have the time to write something out, just use an emoji, and that's cool too. And hopefully a little creativity will go a long way. So let's see here. Where is there's my mouse. Brian Lee says, great, so much info. So thank you, Brian, for that. Glad this has been helpful for you. And anyone else, feel free to drop it in the chat there. So we're going to be talking about, in fact, Brian, I had promised you something. Hopefully you did get access to it. I know you and I were going back and forth last night. Email me, Kevin@maximizingecommerce.com, or just reply to one of our other emails. And I will also give you, Brian, to reward participation. I'll give you whichever one I didn't give you originally. So I think I had said one of two summits before. You could have either the PPC summit from October or the Business Builder Summit from August. Just email me. I'll give you the other one as well. So now you'll have two. Mattis says, so far, I like the first day session. So it sounds like you're up through day one sessions. That is great, Mattis. The interesting thing is, I didn't say this earlier, but I'm going to give a couple shameless plugs here. If you don't yet have your ticket, today at midnight, actually two things are going to happen today at midnight. So if you don't yet have your ticket, the good news is you can still get a ticket to see all the sessions from some of the top experts in the field of Amazon and marketing and growing your traffic and ranking and sales and expanding and finding new customers and all that fun stuff. If that sounds good to you and you do not yet have your ticket, the good news is you can still get one, but the clock is ticking. We literally are talking about less than 12 hours. In fact, less than 11 hours. It's 1:05 right now. So at midnight Eastern time on the East Coast, we will be cutting off ticket sales. So once the clock strikes midnight, Cinderella's carriage turns into a pumpkin and the sales page turns into a wait list for our next summit. So grab your ticket while you still can. And we've extended everyone's access up until Saturday night. So originally the summit was going to end today. So everyone who gets the original, almost dropped my microphone there, getting a little too worked up there. But basically everyone whose ticket, it purchased the $9.99 ticket, which is less than $10. I mean, you could probably spend, for those of you who were born in the 1900s, you probably remember a place called Blockbuster. You rent out a couple of videos. So, maybe like you get like 3 hours worth of content and you pay probably $10 for two videos for a day or two. Here you're getting all these videos, which will help you improve your business for probably the same price, if not less than what you would have paid at Blockbuster to have, the content here on Thursday night, Friday nights, and through Saturday at midnight. So if that sounds of interest to you, head on over to convertyourclicks.com before midnight. And if you want to keep your ongoing access to the summits, head on over to maximizingecommerce.com/VIP to grab your VIP upgrade. We will stop selling the VIP upgrade altogether on Saturday night. It won't even be available. People ask me like, hey, how do I get lifetime access to previous summits? We generally don't offer them, other than sometimes we offer them, maybe as an add-on to an existing summit. But in this case, if you would like this particular summit and some of the goodies that we have, including a $50 credit for PickFu, which will be joined here later by John from PickFu, so he can give you a little more insights into how to best utilize that credit. But if you don't yet have your VIP upgrade, tonight we're going to be raising the price of the VIP upgrade. So at midnight tonight, general admission tickets, stop selling them. VIP price will go up. So now's the time to grab that while you still can at a discounted price. And then come Saturday, we will no longer even offer the VIP ticket. So that's why if you're seeing this now before midnight Eastern time on Thursday night, it's a great time to get your VIP upgrade. All right. So now let's get back to what some of the folks said. Mattis, so you like the first day sessions. I did promise I would reward participation. So email me, Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com, and just say, I promised you something. So let's go with, I will give you recordings of a previous summit. I don't remember if you already had both things I had previously promised. Brian was excited about the gift. Love giving folks free stuff. It's fun. It's one of the things I like doing here. So, all right. Carrie Thomas. Hey, Carrie. Good to see you as always. Great information as always. So thank you. Glad the summit has been helpful for you. You can also email Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com. I think you have quite a few of our recordings. So I will find a recording that you don't already have, and I will get it for you. GOL says, very helpful, lots of knowledge. Thank you. Glad to see that. And Alejandro says, good so far. I just watched Travis Sigler's talk. It's great. So, all right. So all of you that I just read off, email Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com. Let me know if you'd like either the e-commerce business builder summit from August or the October PPC Mastery Summit. So with that, I'm going to take off this little banner here, and I'm going to bring on, it's an honor to see him when he's on his phone, which we know he's not actually on his phone. He's just pretending because that's what he does.
Yeah, honey, just go ahead and order the VIP tickets. They're going to go up soon. Okay. All right. I love you. Bye. Oh, hey.
Love you. Hey,
yeah,
John.
I need to make sure we get those VIP tickets. I don't want the price to go up. I need a good deal.
Yes. Well, good news is, as a speaker, I hooked you up already with free access to the summit. So you're all set. You're all set. But people are going to be very excited because your team is going to send us codes for $50 credits on PickFu, which they will be able to use for their own
free
optimization.
Free $50?
Yes. Yes. All approved by Justin, your co-founder.
My co-founder? I didn't co-found.
Oh, maybe I worded it. Maybe legal might have a problem with that. The co-founder of the company you work for.
Yeah, I didn't find anything, sir. I found employment over here. That's what I found.
There you go. There you go.
Hold on, pal. How is the weather in sunny Florida?
The weather in sunny Florida is great. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt and a mag t-shirt.
We got sleet and ice coming down here in New York City. Okay.
Nice.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Anyway, well, are you making any trips down to Florida, whether for conferences or to
what conferences in Florida that I would love to be sent to? What conference?
I don't know. You tell me. I know Seller Summit. Shout out to Steve Chu. I'm not going this year, but I've been several times in the past. Great event in
when is
that? And it's in May.
I'm not going to Florida in May. What are you, crazy? Florida in May?
No. Florida is probably best to go to if you're in the Northeast this time of year. Is that a fair statement?
No, like I like going to Florida like November, December, January. Oh yeah, almost February. It depends. Florida's crazy. It could be 95 degrees down there.
A week ago, it was still January. So
yeah, I don't know, but
it was pretty cold there for a while in January. About 2 weeks ago, it was
in Florida.
In Florida, yeah.
Do you call it Florida or Florida?
Florida, like it's spelled, but you know, I understand that some pronounce it Florida.
Do you call it orange juice or orange juice?
Orange juice.
All right, this is just a weird conversation, to be honest with you.
All right, so enough of us talking about pronunciation. Tell us a little bit about PickFu for those who are not familiar.
Who is not familiar with PickFu? I'd like a raise of hand. No, I'm just kidding. So PickFu is.
If you're not familiar with PickFu, please leave it in the comments.
Yeah, like I'd like to know exactly
We
who
will not berate you.
Kevin won't. I will. So PickFu is a consumer insight, enterprise grade consumer insight research tool. That's a fancy way for saying you can have a gut check with your ICP, your avatar, your customer, your shopper to know exactly how to pivot in your business, whether it's you're launching a new product, you don't know if it's going to be received by that specific shopper, not physically, but if they would click on and buy it,
Right.
or you're looking to do a different color. And let's say you had great success. I don't know. Whenever I say great success, I feel like I sound like Borat. Great success. If you've had really good success on Amazon with a black ice cream scoop, and you're like, oh, I'm killing it. I'm gonna do green, red, purple, orange, yellow, whatever. Should you? I don't know. I've shown a lot of stuff even on these kind of streams where there's a lot of pinks and yellows that are liquidated because a lot of folks aren't buying them. So understanding that, sourcing better, making better decisions, because how painful is it to order from China? I know no one's really doing that right now, but ordering from China a 20-foot container and having to wait 4 to 6 weeks to get it and send it to Amazon and pay all these fees, and it just sits there because nobody wants to buy it. That no one talks about the pain that brings. That's super, super painful, right, Kevin? Kevin,
Oh yeah, it is. You don't want to be just left with stuff that like you're trying to liquidate or get rid of. I liquidated a bunch of products, and right after the holiday stuff that wasn't moving. I've got fairly high SKU count business, so it was SKUs that weren't really selling, and I got like $100 from Amazon after it was all said and done. After they took out their fees. And I'm like, the retail value was several thousand.
You know why, right?
Tell me where
you didn't PickFu. You didn't run consumer insight. You bought some stuff, and you gambled, and you pulled a Chevy Chase in Vegas Vacation. You bet the house, and whatever. But what are you in? You have so many SKUs. You have the fishing lure business.
Yeah, so something like that. All right, let's do this. Let's get into some questions and things of that nature. So 7 of us thought it was funny that we weren't going to berate people, although you might berate people for not knowing about PickFu. But 7 of us did say that she knows. I believe it's 7 of us is a she. Never used it, but know what it is.
Well, hold on, hang on right there. You never used it, but you know what it is. Why? What's stopping you from using? What's stopping you from making better decisions? Right. I always like to hear from folks that say that kind of stuff, because the number one thing they say is, I don't want to spend the money. And I always say, if you could spend $100, and you could do cheaper polls than $100. Obviously, we're giving credits for $50.
50 with your VIP upgrade.
If you could spend $50 to $100. And that $50 to $100, I didn't even get finished persuading you. You're going to try it already? All right, no problem.
You're very good at persuading people.
So if that $50 to $100 on a PickFu can save you thousands of dollars in bad sourcing decisions, bad color variations, bad product innovations, is it worth it? I think so. Is it $50 to $100 worth it if you're currently selling on Amazon and you're doing okay sales, but your main image sucks? And you test it against the competition and you get the data that says, well, hey, I like this guy because he shows this. I like this guy because he shows the box. I like this guy because he says exactly how many pieces are on those supplements that Kevin sells. You have to understand why the competition is winning. And you don't know that from, there's no Seller Central report that's going to say, hey, this guy's beating you because you're not doing X, Y, Z. There's no Helium 10, Jungle Scout, Smart Scout, Data Dive, laundry list of whatever else that's going to be able to tell you that. So understanding where the customer is going and why they're doing that is powerful information. That's well worth $50.
Got it. Is it good to test product box design?
I don't know, but I want that Corolla cup. Look at that thing.
It's pretty nice.
It's a Toyota Corolla. Yes. So it is good to test product box design. Now, I will say, for me, I'm a big fan of putting the box behind the product, if applicable, in almost every single hero image. The reason is because people shop with their eyes. They're not really looking at the title. So they're looking at the image first, the price second, the title to confirm what they're looking at. So if you're able to convey super clearly what that key word is that you want to get them with, and it says it on the packaging. So for example, if Kevin was to own his own company of fishing lures, I'm just going to go with that one, and whatever. And on the packaging behind a fishing lure, it just said Kevin's hooks and stuff. Okay, that's his brand. But would that do better or worse than if his logo was smaller, but it said in large print, 110 piece fly fishing hook set, ... So now that's the big difference between design and merchandising. That's what probably 80% of the problems that people have when it comes to CTR and conversion is they get design confused with merchandising, because design is like, look at Apple. If you buy an iPhone, right? I know, Kevin, you don't have an iPhone, right? You have like an Android.
I do have a Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, I don't even. We got Galaxy 37, whatever. So when you look at Apple, the industry standard, just like PickFu, look at Apple's box. It doesn't say what it is. It doesn't. That's not merchandising, because Apple technically doesn't have to merchandise the iPhone, right? But if you look at a lower end budget phone, it's going to say on the outside of it, smartphone, this size screen, this amount of RAM, all that kind of stuff, because they have to sell you. They have to merchandise. Now, you might hear that and think like, well, John, I'm number one seller on Amazon in my category. I'm crushing it, this, that, and the third. That's great. But how much money are you leaving on the table to the other people around you because you're not doing best practice? So many brands, especially in the supplement space, go look at like Now Nutrition or GNC or any of these guys. They'll just show just a plain bottle over there because they don't care. They don't care as much, but they're losing a certain market share to the folks that are showing the powder behind it, the fact that it's a chocolate flavor by showing chocolate next to it, the fact that how many servings it is. So these are all things that you want to test in PickFu. Like, I know them for a fact. I don't have to PickFu anything like that. I'm a genius when it comes to merchandising. But even myself, I still do the gut check when I'm not sure, or when it's a really serious decision, especially when someone's running ads, because I might think it's best practice to do this, but I might not know that avatar. For example, craft sewing kits. I don't know a thing about craft sewing kits. I don't know what they would like to see behind it. I don't know if they need to see the point of the needle, how much thread count it is. So when you go into PickFu, you're targeting over 90 plus traits. You could drill down to the craft sewing woman who makes an income of 35 to 70K. That's an Amazon Prime member that has a dog. His name's Fred. You could drill all the way down to that specific person and get that information.
Awesome. Well, we're talking about something kind of visual here. Would it help if we showed people, whether it be the merchandising aspect of what it looks like on the search results page, or you just want to shake your head and just say,
no? Every time I come on here, I'm the only person in this entire gamut that is the most visual guest or participant you've ever had, Kevin. I think I've showed more visuals than the entire summit combined. I'll share my screen. Hang on.
I was about to say, not everyone here saw your previous topics, and they're excited to learn from you here, John.
No worries.
Topic. What about, please? The topic is about customer insights to get more traffic and sales.
You see my screen?
I can bring it up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm sharing my screen. What's going on?
Try again.
Hold on.
We are live, folks. That's what happens when you're live. Technology sometimes glitches. So now, if anyone wonders, why do I start a lot of live streams? Can you guys hear me?
When in doubt, blame Kevin.
When in doubt, blame me. All right, there we go.
All right, Kevin, give me a product.
How about?
And don't judge my search history. These are people I've spoken to for work.
I wasn't going to. Mr. Dry Undies? How about I had a yoga mat.
Yoga mat. That's a good one. So when you take a look at the SERP, and the SERP is a search engine result page for yoga mats, this is what you're hit with. Now, you're not going to know, and a lot of these are going to have, like, look at this one. This is a monster. Oh, it's Amazon Basics. Of course. It's, I was about to give kudos to almost 100,000 reviews, but it's Amazon Basics, right? But who knows?
They can email people and ask them for reviews.
You know, all in the up and up kind of thing.
Yeah.
So who knows what color is going to resonate the most? If I'm shopping for a yoga mat, when I'm doing my downward facing dog or whatever I'm doing, I might want a dark black.
Actually,
stay tuned after for the VIP session. I would probably want like a darker color, like a black or a gray. But the thing is, down here, there's color swatches. Now, is it easily known that there's color swatches down here? At first glance, Amazon does have that built in for certain categories. Hey, I'm presenting my screen here, Kevin. You want to be a little professional? So you might want to put a box behind this and say the color swatches and say, here's the first thing I look at when I look at these mats. What size are these things? I have no idea what size they are. So technically, right, I'd have to go down here, and everyone is over here is paying for placement. These are all paid ads. So I see 1-inch yoga mat. I see 4.7 millimeters. I see 6 millimeters. But how long is a yoga mat? Are there different sizes? And if there are, you'd want to showcase that. So you see over here, they're showing different angles. So in my opinion, this is best practice, even though they're not crushing it. They're probably just launched. They only sold 5 units today, as per Jungle Scout. So this is something.
And that's an FBM offering too, it looks like.
And it's, I don't want to cost them money and click on it. Jeez. So the thing is, right, you can test this in PickFu, and I'm going to show you that, right? So we're going to do a live PickFu.
Let's do it.
Here's how I'm going to show you this, right? And I'm going to show you how certain things can skew on Amazon, right? So I'm going to go to PickFu. Please don't get jealous at all the unlimited PickFu that I have.
We still see the search results page.
Oh, just because I have to share the specific tab because, you know, StreamYard and being all fun like that. So hopefully you can see PickFu now and get super jealous over all my credits that I have.
Oh, I have to add it back to the stage.
So, hey, fun thing, by the way. I ran a poll. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? The perks of PickFu. Who do you think won?
The Chiefs.
We're going to say. I said Chiefs. I picked 50 U.S. women. I want to see if there were any Swiftie fans out there that were going to go with that. But anyway, just some fun stuff you can do with PickFu. So I want to go here, and I'm going to create a new poll. And what I want to do is my favorite, which is a click test. And I've shown that to you before, Kevin, right? So with a click test.
Show the folks watching, though.
Yeah, that's what. Listen.
Sorry. You're a trained professional. I forget.
I was trained at some of the best agencies this side of the Mississippi. So I'm going to pull up my screenshot of a SERP. I don't want to switch too many windows around because, you know, who knows if it's going to break or not. Now, I want people to click on which one is going to resonate with them the most. And it's going to be a heat map. So we're going to get dots and all that kind of stuff. So the question for context, we're going to say, this is a pre-made filler. But I always tell people, add a little bit of context onto the pre-made. Even I use the pre-made and then build off of that. So if you were shopping on Amazon for a yoga mat, not a toga, yoga mat, which product would you rather buy and why, right? So now they're going to get prompted. We don't want 10 clicks. We just want 1 click. Now, cool thing that we just added very recently is who doesn't love AI? So you can improve the question with AI. So I don't know if AI can make me sound better, Kevin, but let's see. So I said, if you were shopping on Amazon for a yoga mat, which product would you buy and why? When shopping for a yoga mat on Amazon, which product image appeals to you the most and what specific features or qualities influence your choice? I like that question better. They did it better than me. So I'm going to hit accept because, you know, good old AI. So we're going to go down here you could do anywhere between 30 and 50. You could do all these countries. Anyone watching this, if you're in the UK, Japan, or if you sell over there and want that specific insight and data, pull them. So for me, we're going to go to US, right? And we're going to say Amazon Prime members, and maybe we have a yoga trait. Yeah, we have a yoga trait right here. So we get to Amazon Prime members that like yoga. So I don't want to ask people that like, boot camp. I don't really even know what that is, to be honest with you. We have so many traits. I have no idea what that is, but I don't think that has anything to do with yoga. So we're going to do Prime members that are into yoga. Going to go here and run it. And while that's running, I'm going to go ahead and share some examples of what that looks like when it is ran. So let me go over here. I have to stop my screen for a second for, all that sensitive data that I don't want Kevin to see how I'm going to hack his business. That's going to be maximizing John real soon. That didn't sound good.
Maximizing Aspinall.
So let me pull this up over here.
I'll bring it back to the screen as soon as it's ready.
Yeah. Hold on.
We're holding.
Hold on.
People watching aren't just,
Well, I can't share my whole.
To watch you, just.
It's not letting me share my whole screen. So shame on you and StreamYard. See, when I share window, it just goes blank. So I got to share specific tabs for guys like you. Hang on one second.
It must be a Mac thing because it's not a problem on Windows.
Yeah, must be that.
Just saying.
Must be that $1 billion company thing. Hold on. Sorry, this never happens, Kevin.
Right.
This always happens. No, this never happens. I literally have 4,000 windows across my screen. All right. I'm going to pull it up right now.
All right, let's do it.
Hang tight, folks.
All right, so as John is pulling this up, basically in the background, he's getting his PickFu poll ready, because I think one of the cool things that when I first learned about PickFu was that you could actually run a poll, and it's not like, oh, we'll put it in a queue and maybe a couple weeks. It's like pretty much instantly once it starts running, you start seeing people taking it. Yeah.
So here you go, you big crybaby.
All right.
So this is what it looks like. An example of what a click test, a SERP click test. So you can run a click test on anything. It doesn't have to be a SERP. I'm not going to take all the credit, but when I came to PickFu, I said, hey, we do click tests. And historically, it's been for, the packaging and just one image. And where do you resonate on this package the most? Like, where do you gravitate towards, right? That kind of heat mapping. So I thought, hey, why don't I just take a screenshot of the SERP, obviously without ads, obviously without any plugins, anything like that, and just run it and see where people are clicking. Now, it's really, really interesting because look at this one, Kevin. I want your undivided attention on this one.
Okay.
These are all commoditized items. These are all China Me Too Direct kind of brushes. They're the same brush, different name, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
This one right here is 2 brushes for $5.99. This one is one of them for $9.99. But this is getting more clicks. Why?
Interesting.
Do you know why?
The angle, the color,
it's the color. And the data is showing that. And this is why this is so powerful, because when I come down here and I'm like, hey, why do we have 12 people clicking over here? It doesn't have crazy colors. It doesn't have a weird color. Decent price. I prefer black brushes. Decent price. Professional looking. I like the color. Best color, right? So you can see type, color, look. So why is this important? Well, these shoppers, right, are giving up basically half the cost for half the product, only for the color. So could you imagine how much better in sales this one listing would be if they could even keep 2 at that same price, just make them black. Just put up a black offering, because clearly people like this product in black, and they would definitely go and gravitate towards it at $5.99 for 2 black if they're going to do $9.99 for 1 black. And it's even more interesting, right? Where we look at the split and say, okay, well, why these guys go over here? And then this is not that commoditized style. It's a different style. So that could sway it. But the interesting thing, Kevin, look where they clicked.
On the packaging.
They clicked on the packaging. So they might not have said, oh, I like the box. Oh, I like the box. But that's where they're clicking. So that's where they're gravitating towards. So that's why everything when it comes to your main hero image is super important. So this is hands down one of my most favorite polls and tests to run on PickFu, because this tells you a lot. This tells you if you're looking to source hairbrushes in this example, which one should you do? Well, clearly you should do a black one, even if you go with that Me Too product, and clearly you should do 2 of them, because there's a 2-pack offering and people like it. And if you can hit that cost, great. Also, should I do packaging? Would it enhance my CTR, seeing that I know that a lot of people are clicking here and people are clicking not so much on this one, but this is 2. This one only got 2, but it was literally almost like a bullseye. That's why that one looks larger, because it's 2 of them on top of each other. Okay. So packaging, and a little bit of packaging over here. So could you imagine the powerhouse that this listing could be if instead of blue and pink, it was 2 black with a box behind it? It'd be a home run, because you're taking the data from, taking from Peter, giving to Paul, whatever that phrase is. You're gathering all information to see what's working, what's not working, and pivoting. Now, you could also see it from this guy's standpoint, right? So you could say, okay, I don't care about this guy so much. I'm getting these clicks, but hey, why is this guy getting clicks over here? Maybe I need to put the box. So it's a lot of different ways to look at it, whether you're looking to launch your product on Amazon, whether you're looking to expand your product line on Amazon to multiple colors. That's always the go-to. And I've shown you that example a bunch of times prior to this too, where if you have the VIP, I think you could go back and watch them, right, Kevin? Can you go do that?
Well, if you have the VIP, you can watch the summit that you have lifetime access to.
I think on this summit, I did the one with the pink scraper. Did I not?
Yes. Yeah, you showed how to test different color variations.
And you would not do that test until you did this test first, right? So you don't want to test variations that nobody wants. You want to really go down the rabbit hole and say, hey, no one wants this, right? So if I was going to test the variations, I don't want to test these colors because I know nobody wants them. So I'm not going to waste my effort and my time getting that data. I want to test where people are resonating. So over here, I would say if I was looking to do a color variation off of black, I would say like a purple, right? Because there are a lot of people clicking on this purple, or maybe a blue, right? So there's a lot of things that you're able to kind of get from this. And yeah, it's extremely powerful. Now, let me go. Did I click on this? Oh, I didn't even run my poll. You got me so. I didn't even run the poll.
Well, I know we would love to see the poll. So get that started. And we've got a couple other questions starting to come in here while that poll is running. So, but this is helpful because it does show that like people are, interested in the packaging, because, there is kind of that thought of like, who really cares about the packaging? They just want to see the product itself. But
these are any kind of products like this are utilitarian products. None of this is giftable. I don't care what brands, if any brands are watching this, which I'm sure there's a ton of, no one really cares about your packaging unless it's a giftable item. If you're selling the ever elusive mom box that everyone loves to talk about, right? And you show that ornate packaging and then it comes in a brown box, you're going to get negative feedback. People are going to complain. But something like this, ice cream scoop, scissors, hairbrush, what's the first thing you do when you get it in the mail from Amazon? You rip it open and use it. You throw it on the floor, the kids throw it at you, the dog eats it, all that kind of stuff. But no one really cares about it. No one's going to say, oh my God, I did not get my brush and it says Crave at the top. I could take this one over here, right, and run the same click test. I can take this right here and duplicate this little piece right here with the add to cart button, I could duplicate that 5 times to show it in a 5x SERP in something easy like Canva, and then keep everything the same. So 1,000 bought, $11.99 price point, and I can change the different variations of what that would look like, and then run this click test again, and then really see price is not an issue, reviews are not an issue, everything's the same, but you still want to give that context in there so people aren't just like, what the heck is this?
Right.
But show this without the box, show it as is with the box, show it with the box, but say detangling hairbrush on the box, show it laid down on an angle. You're never going to know unless you test. And unfortunately, a lot of folks, what they do is they learn the hard way. They learn the hard way with 75% ACOS and long-term storage fees. Kevin, what are the fees up to now for what's a typical long-term storage fee on Amazon?
It's not cheap.
It's a lot of money. So, and if you have a product that's not moving, you're losing money either way, right? So you're either going to lose money by letting it sit there, hoping it's going to sell and racking up fees, or you're going to have to liquidate it, or you're going to have to retract it and bring it back. That's going to cost you money. Amazon's not going to ship it back to you for free. And then you have to figure out what you're going to do with it, right? So you want to make better decisions in any part of your business. And this parlays to everything. This is not just, hairbrushes or, combs or whatever it is. This is supplements. These are clothing. This is apparel. This is pet accessories. This is electronics. Electronics is huge. The competition in electronics is insane because at the end of the day with electronics, it's on a 1x SERP. So you see right here, that's the lingo I use and hopefully people understand. So this is a 5x. This is typically what you'd find on a search engine result page for most categories, but things like electronics, it's a 5x SERP. It's a 1x SERP. So if I go here, hopefully this is going to work and not mess up, but there we go. Oh, it's refreshing. So if I go to USB hub, this is a 1x SERP. So you see how drastically your real estate has changed. So you're not the guy next to 4 other guys. He's the head honcho right here. And then you have to scroll down here and forget it. If someone like me has plugins installed and you're organically ranked number 10, you might almost be on page 2 at that point. So in categories like this, where you have a 1x SERP, it's super, super important. Does that make sense?
Yes. All right. How's your poll coming along? Or do we need more time for that?
Oh, what? Oh,
did you forget to hit submit again?
We'll send the details out.
All right, cool. All right. So anyway, let's see here. So Yatiro, good question. So we kind of went on a little bit of a tangent of other things to test besides the box, but good question. Email Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com. Let me know if you'd rather have the PPC Summit from last October or the Business Builder Summit from August, and I will get you that access.
So I want to say something real quick about that. I've been playing with Figma. I know I'm a big Canva fan. I've been playing with Figma, and if you're looking at packaging and box renderings, it's light years ahead of Canva. I can literally create my own John Aspinall packaging, the sides with words on the sides, colors on the top in Figma. It's an absolute game changer. If StreamYard wasn't so wacky, I would show you Figma right now and exactly how that works. Let me see if I can pull it up because I want to show you guys. That's really cool because things like this. So when I talk about Canva and now Figma, a lot of people are like,
which are both similar, basically. They're editing tools.
Yeah. So a lot of people say, like, John, like, just talk to me about PickFu. Like, I want to know about PickFu. What you don't understand is you need to have certain tools to be able to iterate to get there faster. So if we talk about like, hey, I want to design packaging and change it up and do this. Cool. Do you have an in-house graphic designer? No. Then you probably have to go to Fiverr. That's going to take how long? And try and do a revision on that. It's going to take forever, right? Unless you're able to do it yourself in-house, which typically isn't the case. So let me see about if I can show this because,
Let's take a look. But Mohammed Hanif says, great, thanks. We do have a couple other questions that are starting to come in, which but John wants to show us something. So I'm going to let John show us what he's got.
Well,
If he can
let
get
me.
his screen share to work.
Yeah. I'm going to pull it up in browser Figma, which I think I can because there's an app and there's a browser app. So let me pull this up so I can show you this. Oh, I can do it. A win is a win, folks. You can do it. Okay. So, ta-da. Put me in
there we go. Very nice.
Okay, cool. So the reason why I wanted to show this. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on, folks. Here we go. Okay. So inside Figma, check this out. So we talk about packaging and testing with PickFu. What are you going to do if you have to make your own packaging, right? You're going to, like I said, you have to go get a graphic designer, all that kind of stuff. In Figma, I can go here and see this white box right here, Kevin? These are the layers to it. So I can go here and I can make this red right there, right? You pull up this little, it's called Art Studio. They have like plugins or whatever it is. So you go over here, have this selected, and bingo bango. I said bingo bango. And then it goes about like that.
There's the bingo.
So then you could also take the side and let's say you want to make that like a darker color, right? So now I can hit that and render that. So you see, like you're able to then do packaging design super, super easy and iterate on all those different styles. So I was playing around with a couple of different ones and look at that. I basically took these two flat photos and it made it. I mean, that looks like packaging.
Oh yeah.
That looks like bar none. You cannot do this in Canva. This is the way to iterate in PickFu. So if you're wondering about like, I want to test my packaging, invest in something like this. I think it's like $15 a month. But if you're doing this kind of thing, like look at this, I could even change the top color separate from all the other colors. So now I could go over here and look at that. The top color changed right there. Look, and it looks real. The little piece is opened over there. So when we talk about iterating packaging and stuff like that, this is what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to go here and say, okay, I don't need a designer. Like traditionally with Canva, I'd have to write on top of the box. I couldn't move the box or anything like that. And then you can't warp the text. So it's not going to look natural. It's going to look weird, right? But inside Figma, I can go over here and now I can edit anything on top of this piece right here. So let's say I want to say, Kevin is the best.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So now I could say Kevin.
Oh boy.
Is the best. You thought I was going to say something else? Don't worry about it. So now, and you could play around with everything. I mean, this is a really like a designer's kind of tool, but it's super intuitive to use, just like PickFu. So then I could take this here and watch this. And you can look at it. It's in the proper orientation, right? And let's say, for example, it looks real. It has shadows and everything. So let's say I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I really want to showcase that he is the best, right? We really want to show Kevin the appreciation for the summit. So then what you're going to do over here is everything is super easy. Like you could just take these things and just flop them around, grab it over here. He is the best, right? And then I want to put that on the side, render it like that. And Kevin is the best. He is the best. And it looks so freaking real. So if I can do it and my brain is working 50% of the time with children and dogs and cats and all the stuff I have going on here, you could definitely do it, right? I even took it one step and I said, Alpha Brain, you know this brand? This is like one of the best selling supplements on Amazon. They do like a couple mil a month. I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me try and remake the Alpha Brain on a box myself. It's not like amazing, but look how friggin' like I got it pretty close, and it looks pretty real. And I did this all in Figma. So it's and you can just like, people are watching and they're saying, oh, but John, I don't do a box, I do a bottle, or I do lotion. Okay, well, hey, we got a lotion bottle right here for you, right? And let's say, Kevin, you like your lotion to be, very vampire looking, so we can go here and we can make that lotion red for you, and we can go over here and make the label part black. And you could do anything with this, right? So the possibilities are endless, limitless, whatever you want to call it. But the reason I'm showing this, I'm not paid by Figma. I pay them, unfortunately. But I like to show people tools that make testing on PickFu much easier, because I know the biggest pain that people have is they say, oh, yeah, I should be testing different colors, but I don't know how to do it. So I'm not going to test. I don't want to pay for a designer. That's expensive. So we got you covered.
Nice. All right. So I don't know if this is something you can use in Figma or elsewhere, but a couple questions folks have. Camming asks, what if I'm researching for new products or product development? What kind of tests can I use?
Yeah. So it depends on if you've already done your due diligence that you want to get in that space, right? Like done the Helium 10 Jungle Scout, Smart Scout, Data Dive, all that kind of stuff. So once you understand, okay, I want to sell Bluetooth mice, right? Then what you're doing is you're going on like that SERP click test that I had showed you. You really want to get that perspective of what people are looking at buying. And then once you've narrowed it down from the SERP, then you're going and saying, okay, I want to do this style. How many different iterations of that style? Maybe I want to do it with a button, without a button, with a piece on the side. And then you're doing that in a comparison poll. So you're drilling down the data further and further. And now you're like, okay, I want to do the Bluetooth mouse with the grip on the side. That's gone through all those two tests. Now, do I want to run with a package behind it or not a package behind it? So that's a way to drill down and iterate. So you can even test against competitors, the full PDP. So it's not just image against image, it's URL versus URL. And they're getting the whole, the respondents click on the whole listing of yours and the whole listing of the competitors.
Awesome. All right. So next up, in camming, you can also email me and let me know. I offered you either the Business Builder Summit from August or the PPC Summit from October. And I will hook you up with that for free. Keith asks, what tests can I use to compare my listing conversion versus competitors? What do I do with the data to optimize after receiving the results? That's good. So now once you have the results, what do you do with it? And how do you optimized?
I was going to pull up an example, but I have to just read it to you, so there's no point, right? So when you're comparing your listings conversion against competitors, you're doing a head-to-head or a comparison with two options, which you're doing the exact same one we just said, the URL versus URL. Because if you do image versus image, that's not talking about conversion, that's talking about CTR. When you're doing the URL versus URL, the respondents in PickFu are getting the whole picture. So your hero image, your photo stack, your price, the A+, the brand story module, and then they're looking at the competition. So that's what's going to tell you, oh, I want to buy from this one because, and that's what the PickFu data is going to show you. So when you say, what do I do with the data to optimize after receiving results? So let's say you're in the field of men's bathing suits, and it's your listing versus a competitor's, but they pick your competitors because they say the size chart was much easier to read. They showed me how easily washable it was. There's much more color variation with this one. So you're looking at those and which are actionable and which are non-starters. So if it says, I like that this one shows that's machine washable by showing a guy putting it in a washing machine, you can do that very easily. But if they say, I like this one because it has 96 different colors and you have 5, the odds of you adding on another 90 colors are probably very slim, but that's still interesting to understand why they're gaining market share over you. But I like to look at it as, what can I change today? And then what's long term. So if they're talking about, hey, they show me this, they show me that, you don't show me that. Or I've seen so many times, I don't like the person. Like I see PickFu respondents that say that person looks really mean. Or with dogs, with pet accessories, I don't like Dobermans. I don't like pit bulls. Like, why are you showing me that? I have a Labrador. So years of doing this, I understand like pet accessories. You want to show rah American, all American dog. You never go wrong with a chocolate lab, golden retriever, those kind of dogs. But when you start to pepper in like the Lhasa Apso or the greyhounds or the mean looking dogs, it deters people. I was just having a call with a brand earlier today, and they're doing women's underwear, whatever. And the model was in a very not professional, overtly sexual kind of pose, right? But the underwear was towards like a more modest buyer. So that would turn off that person because that's not the vibe or the feeling that's going to be well received by them. So I told the brand, I was like, you got to change this, right? And also when it's a woman buying a woman's product from another woman, if you notice, a lot of times the face is cut off right above the like from the eyes to the nose. And that's because eye contact, right? So sometimes if the woman's pretty, then the woman might be like, oh, I don't want to buy it from her. She looks like whatever. Or if the woman's not so attractive, it's like, well, I don't want to buy that. Look at her. So that's usually why they clip it off at the eyes, because you really just want to focus on the product. It's weird psychology when it comes to that. But then with supplements, it's you want to see someone looking directly at you holding the supplement, because there's something subconsciously like creepy but also like trusting when someone's looking directly at you, where it's like I can't look away from them and stuff like that. Versus if you're talking about health and wellness and you see someone and they're in the kitchen and they're like this and their face is away, so it's like, why are you not showing your face? Why can I not trust you? So there's a lot of psychology behind this.
Awesome. All right, Keith, you also can get recordings of either the PPC Summit from October or the Business Builder Summit from August. Just email Kevin at Maximizing E-commerce and let me know which one you want. All right, and then this is going to be our last question. Then I'm going to do a giveaway, and we'll get to that here in a moment, but it'll be a good giveaway. So Mattis asks, what would you put a box, or would you put a box design if the product is shipped in a bag?
Yes. Well, it depends on the product. So if it's a utilitarian product that is not giftable and no one's going to care about what the box is in, absolutely. If you're selling something like jewelry, memory things, anything like that, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, let me show everybody a good example that I like to show. So
yeah, you pull up the examples that I've always showed you. Go ahead. Pull up
did you pull up this one?
That's on my LinkedIn post. That's on my LinkedIn post that Steven references. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, okay. Got it. You must have stolen it from me. Anyway, maybe I did borrow this originally from John. So I will go ahead and just give credit to John proactively. So this one here, pack of 6 for Colgate. It looks like a moving box that they got in Figma or Canva, slapped the Colgate logo on the side and wrote pack of 6. Because they're trying to get across.
You're never getting that box. Yeah, you're never getting that box. You could look at Cheetos. You could look at Crest. There's Amazon even does this. Amazon does this with their Amazon.
This is Amazon's listing.
Oh, it's 1P?
This is 1P. So here's multiple people showing us what the product looks like when it arrives. It's just shrink wrapped into a like 2x3, so a pack of 6. There is no box. And I can pretty much guarantee you no one out of the 62,000 people is complaining about that.
If Colgate Palmolive can get away with these, just click on Cheetos, Kevin. Go just type in Cheetos.
Okay, let's take a look at that one. That's one I haven't looked at before, son.
Forget it. Look at this. Come on. You think you're getting that box?
Right.
No. Any kind of chips, any kind of soda, any kind of anything like this that has mass quantities of something, you're never getting that stuff. And no one cares because they want the Cheetos. They're hungry.
Yeah, exactly. So, but to John's point too earlier about if it's giftable, you want to be very careful about that, because if the customer's expectation is, hey, this is a gift, I can, basically the packaging is part of it, that's not going to go over well. So just
No.
be cautious with
And,
that.
and then last thing on that, there's certain like no-fly zones for these kind of tactics. Anything Amazon has their stronghold over, books, multimedia, DVDs, shoes, and probably 50% of apparel. Don't do this kind of stuff in shoes specifically. I don't know what it is about the shoe category. You cannot, if you try and show the box behind the shoes, they might come to your house with a Secret Service team. I don't know. Like, they do not like that. If you show shoes not in the same direction, if you show it curved a little bit or bent a little bit the other way, they will suppress your whole entire listing. I don't know what it is about Amazon and Zappos.
Yeah. What about socks?
Socks? No. You can do whatever you want in socks. Socks are the Wild West. Go ahead and pull up real quick. Pull up a listing of socks.
Right,
socks is the Wild West.
Socks.
So, look at that second one over there. My God, I didn't even know it was socks.
Right.
It's insane. Look at this. You could do whatever you want to do. There's socks on
model,
feet,
no
socks
model,
on packaging.
Left to the right.
The best one, just search this and then we'll continue. Just type in wired mouse. Amazon has their Amazon Basics. It's the most insane picture ever.
And then, just to be respectful of your time, John, do you have a hard stop at the top of the hour?
No, I'm just hanging out with you.
Awesome.
So there's an Amazon. Oh, did they change it? No, type in 100 pack. There's or something. There's an Amazon Basics like 100 pack of mice. Yeah, well, they changed it. But look at that. They're showing a million different. They used to have it with a box with all the mice like thrown inside like a yard sale. It's insane. Yeah. Actually crazy. Look at that. Just, you can do whatever you want. Because technically, if you're selling me 50 pieces of mice, and if I count all those, is that really 50? What if I count them and it's 48? And I complain that I got two more or two, I don't know.
Right, exactly. So at the end of the day, is what you're putting in your main image helping the customer make a decision, or is it deceptive? And so you have to kind of think of it that way, and not deceptive of like getting super officious and like, they're going to like really be upset about something, but like, what do they actually care about?
If you're aiding in the customer experience, you're never going to go wrong. If you start throwing bestseller badges and all this kind of nonsense floating in the ether, it doesn't help. It's going to hurt.
Yes. All right. Well, Matis, email me, Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com. Let me know if you'd rather have the PPC Summit from October or the Business Builder Summit from August, and I will hook you up with.
And feel free to email me, John at maximizingecommerce.com. I will first 5 people that email me get every single summit ever made for free. So
yes, unfortunately that email doesn't go anywhere. All right. So, but what we will do though is John is representing PickFu. PickFu has been one of our sponsors going back all the way to 2021, and we appreciate that. So that is all of our 2021 summits, all of our 2022, all of our 2023, all of our 2024. So that's 16 summits times $197. So call it 200. So it's like $3,200 in value. So over to $3,200 in value, you can get the recordings of for free if you win. And to be entered to win, all you got to do is type in PickFu. Can you show the spelling of PickFu, because it's not a common phrase?
Yeah, I love spelling
it.
I love spelling it. Don't take it away from me, Kevin. It's a PickFu.
Yes. So PickFu. Just type that into the chat, and you will be entered to win all of the summits that PickFu has sponsored, which goes back to all of them in 2021, 22, 23, and 24. So,
and I'm in the last couple.
Yeah, and John has been representing the last couple. He is an alumni of MAG. He was the top salesperson at My Amazon Guy, and he decided he He's too big, being the expert on click-through rates and main image optimization. So he decided that he was going to go do something different.
I was making too much money. I was bankrupting Mag from all my commission checks. So, I figured I'd give it a break.
There you go. There you go. You hooked Steven up. All right. So we've got, let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right. So we got Susan R.
With a cute dog. Look at that dog.
Very cute dog. So that would be a good dog to put in packaging.
That's a good dog. That's a non-threatening dog. Don't put a Doberman for I don't know.
Yeah. No, I got it.
I haven't seen a Doberman in person, like on the street. There's a lot of dogs I haven't seen. I haven't seen a Dalmatian in real life. Do those exist anymore? Or?
I don't know. You don't hear about them as much as you used to. Maybe it's just been too many years since 101 Dalmatians has come out.
Too soon. I love a good wheel.
Pablo, Alejandro, Ben. We've got.
Can I bet on who I think's gonna win?
You can, sure.
All right.
Just note, folks, whoever he bets on has no bearing on the winner.
I got unlimited PickFu, pal. They could email me direct. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
All right, so we got GOL. Looks like you entered twice, but we got you for the one. Everybody gets one. All right, Brian Lee.
Did my session go live?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't roll out like day to day? It's all in one shot?
No, it goes day to day.
Oh. So I was in the first clip?
You were up there.
Ooh.
All right, so we got Yatiro, Brian Lee, Antonetta Stayakova. Hopefully I said that close. Love this session. Thank you for that. Antonetta.
It's always a fun one when John Aspinall hops on, guys.
It really is. It really is.
I've seen some that John Aspinall have not been on. So
no competitive spirit here. All right, so we got Mattis Freeman. All right, so that's everybody that I have. I think we still have some people who are not entered to win.
By the way, Kevin,
we already got you. Don't worry, we got you.
By the way, Kevin, I shared the StreamYard on my LinkedIn Live. So.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome, sir. You'll get my invoice.
All right. Well, good deal. All right. So with that, this is the last call. So if you'd like to be entered to win, we're doing a drawing here for all of the summits that PickFu has sponsored for maximizing e-commerce, which goes back to 2021, 2022, 23, and 24. That's 4 per year. So that's 16 summits. That's probably like at least 300 hours worth of content. So
you only pick one
you can think of.
You only picking one winner?
We're gonna pick one winner, yes.
All right. I'm going with 7 of us.
All right. So going once, going twice. I'm gonna go ahead and click. This is basically a random number generator. And here we go.
Oh my God.
Hands are up. You can see I'm not doing anything to manipulate it.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Pick whoever it's going to pick. Yeah. Hero wins.
You're a winner.
All right. So Yatiro, just email me. Let me know that you're Yatiro if that's not your name, because sometimes people have screen names that are not anything like what their actual name is. So let me know you're Yatiro, the winner of all of the PickFu sponsored events, and I will get those added to you later today. I should be caught up on everybody who emailed me from the last couple of days of giveaways. And so if I missed anybody, please let me know. And everybody that I promised stuff who is here live, make sure you email Kevin at maximizingecommerce.com.
Wait, hold on, Kevin. Did anyone in here watch my session?
All right, let us know in the comments if you have seen John's session or if it's on your to-do list. All right, Yatiro says yay. This is on fire, so that's awesome. 7 of us says yay Yatiro, so love the sportsmanship was the word I was looking for there. So yes, but as far as like who's seen John's session, Pablo has, Alejandro has, Brian has, Jeremiah has, and 7 of us who John was rooting for.
I was rooting for you, and I'm on your to-do list.
Yes, you had her on your list, and she has you on.
I'll take that. Okay, that's fine.
On hers. And Matt also has you on the to-do list. I mean, how could you not want to watch John Aspinall's session about how to make sure you have the right color variation so you don't waste a ton of money that just sits there? So,
I mean, if you like wasting money and Scrooge McDucking it and just throwing it around, I don't know.
Yes, we don't want to Scrooge McDuck it, but we also had Alejandro congratulated Yatiro for winning, as did Antonetta as well. So with that, everybody, thank you and congrats to Yatiro, Gio says, and Antonetta says yes. So I guess yes, the Antonetta has seen your session. So people come here and they're excited about John Aspinall live, and they've already seen him, speak on the summit, and they probably saw
hey guys, I can't give out any more free coaching calls because normally, Kevin, I come on here and give out coaching calls. Can't do that anymore. But with anyone that gets the VIP, if you get the PickFu credits and you want some direct guidance, you can email me, aspinall@pickfu.com.
That's ASPINALL.
2 L's.
Yes, I did say. Didn't I just say it with 2 L's?
I know you did. I was trying to see what you say.
All right. So Alejandro says, thank you. It was great again. Gio says, yes, I did. It was great with John to use PickFu today. So, all right.
Make sure that when you sign up, you say, well, how did you hear about us? And you say, don't say maximizing e-commerce. Don't say convert click. You say John Aspinall. That's what you say. Yes,
it was John Aspinall, and you can save 50% off your first poll if you're new to PickFu. Just go to pickfu.com/maxecom, MAXECOM, short for maximizing e-commerce, and you will get 50% off your first poll. And then later on, if you're a VIP, you will get a $50 PickFu credit, which we'll send out after the summit ends. And just as a reminder, folks, if you've not upgraded to VIP yet, we will be raising the price after tonight at midnight Eastern time, so you can save yourself some money and still get that $50 PickFu credit.
How much is it right now?
Right now, it's $147.
Oh my God, guys. That is so cheap. Well, you're getting a $50 credit, so it's really $99, and you're getting a ton of value from who knows whatever else everyone else is giving away. So you actually wind up making money at that price.
Oh, definitely, because you can always go back and rewatch the sessions. Because the complaint we get quite frequently is, hey, there's all this stuff, but I don't have time to go through it all. Well, when you have the lifetime access, you can go through and watch, whenever you're ready, or rewatch when you're ready to implement something.
Now, is that the person's lifetime or your lifetime, Kevin?
Let's say the lifetime that they're on the servers at Vimeo. I don't think Vimeo is going anywhere. Vimeo is our video host.
Okay.
So that's my legal disclaimer on the lifetime.
Not legal advice.
Yes, not legal advice, but my legal disclaimer. All right. Antonetta says fantastic, and Yatiro says thank you guys, so much useful stuff. So glad this was helpful for everybody. And with that, everybody have a great day, and thank you to our guest John for coming on here.
Thank you.